It's our mom.
At my wedding.
Our family has really bonded over food over the years. Like, we going back to, obviously, when we were kids.
It was a big part of how we celebrated.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, sorry.
And my mom has always had a passion for really cooking these fantastic meals, to the point where she had details, she had lists, she had all of the things really laid out, to the point of where people were sitting, as well as where every dish went.
She went over the top because it was how we showed love. She was a go-getter. She was a planner. She was always doing things and always busy. So she was sort of the engine in the house.
She was always sort of in the background, doing all the things, making things happen. And so as part of that, with just my dad and her, she still cooked meals for him every day. She took a lot of pride in that because he had diabetes, he had congestive heart failure, he had a lot of food needs as well. And she was very intentional about what she fed him, because she knew that in order for him to continue living the best life that he could, food came along with that. And so that was a really big piece of her identity as well. And I think when he passed away, she lost that part of that identity, and she sort of lost the drive to, like, well, if I'm not doing it for someone else, why bother? Like, she used to say, like, it's no fun cooking for one. It's no fun cooking alone.
When he died, there was a little bit of like, well, what now? And then I think shortly after he died, she fell, she broke her hip, she broke her wrist, all in like within 3 weeks of him dying. And in the hospital stay, that's when they realized that she had COPD. And while it had been sort of softly diagnosed before, that it was really an issue, especially when she slept. And that's when she had to start using oxygen more and some of those things. And so I think the culmination of losing the purpose that you had, coupled with this health issue that scared her a lot, was sort of a jarring time, I think, for our mom.
So I brought the idea of Open Arms to my mom, and it was before I joined the board. So this was really in the context of my experience with Open Arms through my work. And it was sort of in that space of, how do we continue to get mom the fresh, nutritious meals with a sense of ease and without us having to cook everything, right? Like, it was sort of, how do we balance this? I can't tell you enough how fantastic the service and the response to my mother was, in terms of, like, what do you like to eat? What are your conditions? How many days a week do you want it?
And she was particular.
Oh, geez. She would always comment to me. She's like, oh, I talked to so-and-so, and they were so helpful. Or I needed to pause for this week because I've just got too much. You know, like, she was very, like, she was constantly in communication with them. And I think that helped not only her nutrition, but it also helped, again, with that isolation. Like, somebody cared for her. They wanted her to be well.
She was getting connection. She was getting nutrition. She was getting the things that we were delivering as her family, just in a different way, which I think was really helpful to us as caregivers who have busy jobs, full-time responsibilities, lots of kids between us.
It was a lot, like, with all of those things layered in. But this sort of released some of that pressure. Like, we would still make the time to go over and visit, and we would spend time with her, and we'd still do, grocery shopping for, the additional items that she needed. But it wasn't so transactional. It gave us time to visit and sort of be with her and enjoy each other's company.
We could be confident that our mom was getting nutritious food in the same way that we deliver it and make it for her by someone who cared about how she was doing. If the food was taken care of, it wasn't making something for her. And I think about the moments that we could have, especially at the end when there was so much going on and she needed so much more help. It made a huge difference because it's stressful, but I will say there is no place I would have rather been in those last few months, and I am so glad that we were able to do it and that we had the support we needed to do it, both with Open Arms and certainly with our families.
Yeah, 100%. I would agree. I feel very blessed to be able to have experienced Open Arms in this way.